Feeling that we found the trail we wanted.
Should have bought a Rubicon. Oh no. This is a great trail. It says green and not black. It's great.
So it's West
Light Trail.
West Rim Light.
Real West Rim Light.
So don't follow the sand hollow for Wimps. It is a total liar. Due to our unwillingness last video to damage our Tacoma, today we are starting a different route because we're not going to let Sand Hollow defeat us. After some mild driving around and some looking on the Gaia app, we were finally able to locate the West Rim Light connector trail.
I'm going to go back to 2 high for as long as possible. If I have to hit 4 low, it better be easy.
And easy this connector trail was. It's only about a 2 or a 3 according to the online information we were able to find after our trip. Most of the surface is a little bit sandy with some slick rock, which is similar to most of the other Utah trails in the region. As you can see, this is a really easy trail that doesn't really require too much technical skill and is a really good way to get your feet back wet after maybe you took the wrong trail and made some mistakes right before you got here.
Rudder try. We don't get stuck. If we do, we got crawl control.
We got traction boards and...
Yeah! This is our fun day!
Oh my God!
Fun day. This is our fun sand day.
Once you reach the top of the West Rim Light Trail, you'll notice that there's this sandy area that is alongside the road. This is a fun little sand play area that has some little mini dunes. Since we're more used to the Moab type of sand and not really the hurricane sand, we decided to test out our wheels just a little bit to see how the truck would handle. It didn't like going in 4 low, so Dane decided that he was going to switch it to 4 high to see if that might be the ticket to make it up this little hill. And oh boy, it made it up. So once you're done with the connector trail, you will begin either by your choice the Sand Hollow for Wimps route or the West Rim Trail. Since the Wimps route had bit us before, today on this side we are going to be doing a combination of the West Rim Trail and the Wimps Trail. We are going to be skipping the funnel since we've already kind of done a wall obstacle today and it didn't go so well. Honestly though, after seeing this slick rock, we felt a lot more at home just because this felt a lot more like the Moab slick rock that we know and love, and we know how to navigate that usually without too much difficulty since we're so familiar with it. But let's see how we do.
Alright,
You're coming off, you're good. You're fine. Hate to say, after what we just went through, I'm just like, no, just pop, you'll be fine. Honestly, as you drive on the West Rim Trail or on the Wimp side, depending on which trail you decide on, there is just a lot of sand and slick rock and some epic views over the canyons and down below. As you can see, this is really familiar and looks a lot like Moab. If you didn't tell me this was Sand Hollow, honestly, I would think that this was some trail located near Moab, Utah. But it is still really cool if you've never been to Sand Hollow. It does have different views. Moab is less green, and this has a lot more of that contrasting color between the vegetation and the surrounding area. But if you've been to Moab, you could probably drive this without thinking about it too much. I will say this about the specific section of this trail though. It is rather slow going whether you've aired down or not. We debated on airing down more than we already had, but we kind of wanted to keep some clearance up just in case there were some more difficult obstacles that we didn't have in our guidebooks. But just be prepared, unless you're aired down to maybe 10 psi with beadlocks, that you're gonna probably bounce around quite a bit in this part of the trail. It'll buff out. So this is number 1.
Now you can make that take it at an angle.
Don't think so.
Tollbooth 1 is not any fun.
Tollbooth
Oh, yeah.
1 is for lifting.
So I'm just gonna come in an angle, just floor it, hit it fast.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna angle on there to 65-degree angle.
Really?
No.
No. Yeah, so this is number 1. So after looking at all the toll booths and trying to decide between the 4 of them, we knew that we couldn't do number 1. Number 2 is not going to happen, and number 4 would be our second option. So we decided to go with toll booth number 3, which seems to be the most doable for if you're in a stock rig or something that's a little less wide. If you're in a Jeep with really wide tires, it might not work for you. You'll see what we mean here in a minute. Keep going, you're okay. Oh, you're gonna fit. Okay, you're good. Perfect. Perfect. You can go a little more passenger if you need it. Oh yeah, yeah, you're doing good. You got room on the passenger side if you need it. You would not get a full size through there. You could do it. It would just be very, very nerve-wracking. As you can see, the toll booths are kind of cool. You get to drive your vehicle through these really neat sandstorm formations, and you have so many to pick from. I do recommend, if you're in a stock rig, to do number 3 if you're about the same width as a Tacoma. Think of the toll booths now that we're at the toll booths.
They're fine. They're a little narrow. I wouldn't do a full size.
No, I think you would play HE double hockey sticks getting it through there.
Really? Apparently I went the hard route. Whatever. I'm just gonna bail it, it's fine. We're all here, we can laugh about it later. Yeah. Let's see what our inclinometer says, guys, as we roll. I know. Oh, we're fine. We're only at like a 20, wish I'd had this on before. We're at like a 28 degree, 29 degree. Yeah, we're almost at 30. Here. And this is mild. See how it's moving? This is mild compared to what we were at earlier when we almost rolled. You see where that inclinometer comes in handy. We're at 30 degrees.
Right.
The rock skid, my skid plate on the hitch hasn't got much of a workout, thank goodness. Well, that was exciting. I wish I'd had that on. I bet you would have gone red and black.
I probably would have said, "You're gonna die!"
Wake up, you're
Tacoma.
gonna die.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
Don't do it, roll up and
Or hit it with
go.
speed. Maybe it says hit it with speed. Just go.
Go fast now or you'll die.
Hit the gas! So as Dane and I joke around about some of the things that we've been on previously, if you missed our last video, you should go see that. That was quite the adventure of taking the wrong trail to get to here. Anyway, back to this trail. If you are uncomfortable with being a little bit off camber, when I mean a little, about 29 degrees sideways, this is not the trail for you. You should probably stay on something a little bit more mild, like Torkerville Falls or something similar to that. Maybe even the Honeymoon Trail. Now, I know one of the things I was researching when I was looking at this trail is, would it be a good place for kids and to take your kids? Well, I'm here to tell you that if you have a kid who loves to adventure, this is certainly a place that they are welcome to be in and they're going to really enjoy. There's a lot of different rock formations along the trail, and there's a lot of places to stop and see, epic overviews, lots of sand to play in. Honestly, this is a pretty kid-friendly trail. You just have to plan and stop appropriately at those certain points. Overall, this is a pretty neat little trail with a lot of little things that kids enjoy. And of course, us adults too. So this is called the Hobbit house, and it's really, really cool, and it's a fun little place to stop, and kids really enjoy playing in and out of it, and it's really nice because it's right next to the parking lot where you can enjoy having a little bit of lunch.
Giant pork ride attempt 1.
Couldn't quite get the whole thing. After having our delicious lunch with our pork rinds, it was time to hit the trail again to continue on to our next destination. After traversing more of the same terrain, you will eventually reach the heart of Sand Hollow, which is top of the world. From the view of top of the world, we wondered at the sand dunes down below and had thoughts about how in the world were we going to get our Tacoma across that. But that is a story for next time. If you'd like to see some of our future adventures, you should click that subscribe button. Also, YouTube thinks you might be interested in these videos here, so you should probably click on them. We hope to see you out there soon, and please come back for more.